Hi guys, and welcome to another prop tutorial. Sorry I haven't been on for a little while. Been a bit stressful at work, and a few bits and pieces I've had to do. Haven't really got time to been doing it really. So a couple of props to show you today. And the first, as it's coming up to Halloween, this is something that you might be able to make just because one of the bits I've got for this prop I did actually get from Tesco, I think. A couple of years back to make this prop, which is the Doctor's hand in the jar. Now basically this was a simple little prop that I made. If I flick the switch there, you can see it's got some blue lights in it. This was quite a simple little prop that I made. The simple fact that the hand that's inside was from the Halloween section in Tesco's, which was a long arm that came to about here. It was plastic, and it's got a sort of a severed end to it. So basically, all you do is you just end up the dimensions for my hand in the jar prop are a little bit big, and to be honest, I need to remake it. So that might be something I do soon. But basically, you just cut the hand off around about the wrist, and I just put it over the top of a piece of wood, and it slots on there quite nicely and isn't going to go anywhere. And then drilled some holes at the bottom for the lights, and then gave it these sort of handles. Now the handle at the top is completely different to the one that's on the actual prop, and they're quite expensive, I think. I've got to have a look around to see what I can find. If I find one, I'll put a link in the description. And then yeah, again, the lights come from Poundland, and yeah, you can see at the bottom here, so there's one there, one there, one there, and one there, and then the excess wire comes up to the battery pack, which is underneath here. Now actually looking at after I'd made this, I mean this is a couple of years old now, this is just MDF, and it's been tacked together with some nails, and then this here is just some thin, it's not even plastic actually, it's laminated sheets, which had a thin piece of PVC put in the middle of it to make it so it didn't bubble up. So yeah, that was what I put in there. So it's perfectly possible to make one. I think I've seen some out there which have got people who've made them able to bubble and have water in them, but you'd probably need a container or a jar for that. But it's not impossible. So that's that prop. And the second prop is this prop here, which is the Flatline TARDIS, which this I ended up that I made this little prop for a project I was doing at college, making a scale version of my own version of a TARDIS console, and these aren't sticking in there very well, but basically this is using the David Tennant TARDIS, which I found a secondary one in a charity shop for about £2. Now the differences between these aren't that different in the way they're made. The lantern at the top I actually took from one of the card TARDISes, the card collector's TARDIS, which I took off the thing and had to cut off the old existing lantern with a scalpel, which I ended up slicing my finger doing that, so that wasn't too good. The window frames, as you can see, hang on, I'll turn up the light, you can see they're white, and I had to take out the windows that are actually in there because when I tried out spraying them up white, they didn't come out very well. So all I did with this was, once I'd taken the guts out, you'll notice that there isn't any sound effects coming from this, and that's because I took the speaker out, because when I ended up trying to get it right, actually the soundboard sounded really naff, and it sounded like it needed repairing and replacing, to be honest. So it does still light up, but these are made out of milk bottle cartons, and the window frames themselves were laser cut out of card. And then the small graphic signs, whether the camera will actually pick that up or not, they were printed out. So yeah, that was just searching a few images on Google. And I mean, I just painted the top of this over a different blue, and yeah, it's quite different colour to what it was originally. I've got another one that's across the room, so I shan't go and pick that up. So yeah, as you can see, all the existing bits are still there, so it does still spin on its pivot. And if I turn that back on, you can see that the I've put in the Series 8 backdrop, and these inserts here, which aren't on the original, and these, I mean, this one's come out because I haven't actually glued them in. These are just made out of straws and a piece of card, and they were just sprayed up silver, and so they sort of slot in there really nicely, and just stick them on there, and that gives you the look there. It's bigger on the inside. So yeah, it was a bit of a time-consuming prop to make, actually, and that was mainly due to the electronics, and trying to get it all still working when I put it back together. The windows were a little bit fiddly. The lantern was a little bit of a pain, but altogether, I think, yeah, I mean, it's worth the effort to actually sit there and do it, and it saves a lot of money trying to spend it on doing that. Although they've now released one of the 5-inch scale ones of the Series 8 one, which kind of annoyed me after I'd spent my time sitting there and doing it. But if you can't, haven't got the money to sit there and afford it, you might be able to buy a pot of paint and some ink to print out the signs and maybe convert one yourself. So yeah, thinking of doing another Q&A. So if anyone's got any questions, then put them in the description. I think there's still a few more props that I've been planning on making. Today I've been helping my friend Tom sit there and do his Davros, and that's taken a lot of time. Spent about 6 hours doing that, and it's still not finished, although it's nearly complete, so happy with that. So yeah, that's going to pretty well. Got a few events coming up. If you're within the Suffolk area, we're down at Moyses Hall in Bury St Edmunds, and we're going to be down there hopefully the first and second weekend. And then we've got the Christmas fair that's on at the end of November, which is in the Abbey Gardens in Bury St Edmunds. So we'll be down there dressed up. We'll have all the props and costumes and things like that down there. And the Christmas fair is on for 4 days, so it's the Thursday till the Sunday. So yeah, we'll be down there dressed up, and there'll be a few of the props on display. So if you're one of my subscribers and you're in the sort of area, then you can come down, say hello, and have a look at the props properly. But yeah, if you've got any ideas of props you'd like to see, then do give us an idea in the description. I have got a few props I've been making and sorting out, which aren't Doctor Who related, which isn't the first thing. You've seen other things other than Doctor Who, such as Harry Potter and Back to the Future on the channel. So one of the props I am making at the moment is Back to the Future related, and there's another prop which is just across the room, which I can see now, and that's got a few more bits to be finished off on it, but I'll do another prop video on that once that's finished. So yeah, it's a bit of a long one, this video, so I apologise for that, but yeah, if there's anything else you'd like to see, put it in the description. Any questions you've got to ask, put them in the description. Don't forget to comment, like and subscribe, and see you in the next one, guys.